Welcome students to another lecture on engineering drawing. Today we will take third problem on orthographic projections. So let us start the lecture. So we are given one pictorial view of an object and we have to draw front view and top view in first angle of projection. So we know that whenever we have to plot different views of an object, first of all we look for the front side of the object. Now in this picture, one arrowhead is given to us, it is marked as X and it points towards the front view of this object. It means we have to assume that observer is standing this side and this is the front side of the given object. Now we know that we have to draw the projections of this object in first angle. That means we have to consider the object in the first quadrant. So if this is the position of observer and we are drawing it in first quadrant, that means VP is behind the object and horizontal plane is below the object. So this should be clear to you. Now after this, if we want to draw the front view of the object, first of all we have to locate the faces which are parallel to VP and inclined to VP, because when you look at this object from the front side, you can see only those faces from front which are either parallel to VP or inclined to VP. Now for that, what we have to do, we have to first see how many total number of faces are there in this object. So already these faces are marked with the help of these letters shown: A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. All the faces are marked. Now we have to identify first that how many faces are parallel to VP. So you can see there are two faces parallel to VP. One is face A and second is face E. And over here you can see face E is parallel to VP, but it is not visible from front. It means in this particular problem we are considering hidden face as well. If you can recall, in the previous lecture we discussed front view and top view of an object in which there were parallel faces and inclined faces, but all the faces were visible faces. Now we are considering a third problem on orthographic projections. So in this problem we have added one more category, that is hidden faces. So in this particular object we will have parallel faces, inclined faces, as well as hidden faces also. So let us discuss its front view now. So when you will look at this object from front side, you have to first see how many faces are parallel to VP. So face A and face E are parallel to VP, but face E is a hidden face. Now after that we have to see how many faces are there inclined to VP. To VP there are three inclined faces: face B, face K, opposite to face K, L, which is similar to face K. So there are three inclined faces: face B, face K, face L. Face K and L are hidden faces. So in this object, we got this category. First is parallel faces, in second is inclined faces. Then under parallel faces, we have two types. One is visible face, second is hidden face. Similarly, under inclined faces, we have two categories. One is visible faces, second is hidden faces. Now, if we have these categories in a particular object, then our preference of drawing these faces will be, first of all, we will draw visible faces. So out of visible faces, we will first draw parallel visible faces, then we will draw inclined visible faces. After drawing the visible faces, we will go for hidden faces. And in hidden faces, first preference will be to parallel faces, then to inclined faces. So we have concluded that when we will look at this object from front side, we will have five faces. Out of those five faces, two are parallel and three are inclined. And out of two parallel faces, one is hidden and one is visible. So as far as categories decided by us or the preferences decided by us, first of all we will plot visible faces. So out of these five faces, A, B, E, K, L, only two faces are visible, A, B. So out of these two faces, we will first give preference to parallel face, and that is face A. It means we will start our drawing with face A. So in order to draw the drawing of face A, we will start with the lower left corner. So let us mark this point on our paper, and from that point we will draw the length of this face as 90 millimeters. So let us first draw the length of face A as 90 millimeters on the paper. So we reached at this point. Now from that point, how much we have to move in our direction? 70 millimeters. So we'll draw its height as 70 millimeters. Then from this point again we will draw a length of how much? It is given over here, 30 millimeters. Then from that point we'll move in downward direction, and let us see how much is this height. Now one important point we have to note over here, that we are given total height of the object, but this height of the object is not given to us. So this may happen in some cases. So if some height is not given or some dimension is not given to us, then what we will do, we will assume that dimension with respect to the other dimensions marked in the object. Now you can see this dimension is labeled as 30. Now we will assume that this dimension is same throughout. It means we will assume that this is also 30. So if this is 30 and this total height is 70, it means this height will be 40 millimeters. Then from this point we will draw a vertical line of 40 millimeters, and from that point we will draw the remaining length, which will be 90 minus 30, which will be 60 millimeters. So from here we will draw a length of 60 millimeters. Then we will connect these 2 points with a straight line, and that will be of 30 millimeters. Now we are ready with the first face, that was parallel visible face. Now we'll look for next visible face, that is an inclined face, that is face number B. So how to plot face number B? The rules are very simple. We have to first locate this face with respect to first face drawn by us. So in order to locate this face with respect to first face, we have to see how many total number of points are there on that face. So how many points are there on this face? There are 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let us pick any one point on this face and locate that point in face A. So let us pick this point. If I pick this point of face B, you can see this is shared by face A also. This point is here. It means from this point I can start the drawing of face B. Now when we will look at this inclined face from front, we cannot see this dimension as height of the face B. We will see this dimension as height of face B. This we know very well. So let us see how much height we will see for this. You can see from bottom up to this point, this dimension is 30. And total is how much? 70. So 70 minus 30 means from here measure 30. Then we will see this remaining perpendicular height only, which will be the height of face B. So from this point we will start a vertical line of 40 millimeters, and the length of this face is 30. So from this point draw 30 millimeter length, and then again we will construct its height as 40 millimeters. So we are ready with face B. So I hope the height of face B is clear to you. And you will look at this face B from front, you cannot see this as height. You will see this perpendicular as height for face B. That will be equal to 70 minus this 30. Because when you will sketch a line from here, so that remaining perpendicular will be the height of face B. Now we are done with the visible faces. Now we will start with hidden faces. So how many hidden faces are there? Face E, face K, face L. Out of these three, face E is parallel. So let us plot parallel hidden face first. So how we can plot this face? Rules are again same. See how many points are there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pick any one point and locate that point in these two faces, any of these two faces. If I pick this point and if I move towards front, I will find that this point is exactly behind this point, and this point is on face A and that point is here. It means from this point I can start the drawing of face E. So if I will draw this length from that point, then what will happen? This edge is hidden behind this edge. So that is already drawn here. So no need to draw it again. The only thing is from this point I will move down by this height, that is 25. It means from here we will move 25 down. So from this point move 25 down. So I reached at this point. So if I have to complete this face E, then I have to move towards that point, and this length is how much? It is given as 30. Now this edge is hidden behind this face. So we can show this edge with hidden line. It means after moving from this point 25 mm in downward direction, from that point we will draw a dashed medium line of 30 millimeters. You can see. So this dashed medium line is representing this edge of face E, which is hidden behind this face A. And if we will talk about the remaining edges, this edge of face E, it is hidden behind this edge, so no need to draw it. This edge of face E is hidden behind this edge, so no need to draw it because these edges are already drawn in face A. So it means we are ready with face E. And we have to draw this dash medium line carefully by following the pattern we have learned under line types. Now after this we will plot the remaining hidden faces, and the remaining hidden faces are face K and face L. Now there is one important observation we have to make regarding these two faces. Face K and face L are opposite to each other and they are of same shape and size. It means when we will look from front, one face will hide other, or one face will cover other face. So it means there is no need to represent these two faces separately. Representation of one face only will show the other face also. So let us represent face K. Now when you will look at face K from front, you cannot see this dimension as height. You will see this perpendicular as height for face K. So how much is this perpendicular for face K? It is given over here. It is 15 millimeters. So how to plot face K? Rules are again same. See the points. How many points are visible? 2 points are visible. So let us pick one point and locate that point in the front view. So if I pick this point and if I move towards front, then I will reach to this point, and this point is over here in face A. It means I can start the drawing of face K from this point. And we have concluded that if I have to move from this point to that point, means if I have to cover the height of face K, then I will cover only this perpendicular distance, means this height, and that is how much? 15. So from this point, means from this point, if I have to move to that point, I have to move in vertical direction by 15 millimeters. So I will reach here, and no need to draw this edge again over here because this edge is behind this edge which is already drawn there. So we will just move 15 mm in upward direction from this point, means we will reach somewhere over here. Then you can see this face K runs throughout the length of the object. So from here there will be edge which is not visible, which is hidden behind face A. So when you will reach at this point, means when you will reach at this point, we have to represent this hidden edge of face K which is throughout its length. So from this point we will sketch a dash medium line throughout the length of the object. Now over here one very important point we have to understand. Some students get confused that other side of the object is not visible, then how we can assume that this particular opening is on the other side also, or face K runs throughout its length. So answer to that question is that if this question is given to us and the other side is not visible to us and that is not even talked over here, so we have to consider that this particular opening is throughout its length because its depth is not mentioned. It is not mentioned what is its depth. So if it is not mentioned and no other information is given, then we have to assume that this particular opening is throughout its length. So that is why from this point we have considered face K throughout its length. So from that point we have drawn a dash medium line which represents hidden edge of face K. Now what about this edge of face K? This is also hidden, but this is behind this edge, and that hidden edge is covered by visible edge. So we give preference to visible edges. So that is why over here visible edge is shown, that is of face A. So can see the drawing of front view of this particular object is complete. And we know face L is exactly similar to face K. So if we have represented face K, it means L is also represented, which is opposite to face K. Now after this, what we'll do, we will draw a reference line below the front view by leaving 1 row gap or 10 millimeters gap. Why below? Because we are drawing in first angle and we have to draw front view above reference line in first angle of projection. Then from all the points of the front view, we have to draw continuous thin lines in downward direction. These are called as projectors. These must be parallel to each other and perpendicular to reference line, and these must be continuous thin. After this, we have to construct the top view of this object. So how to draw the top view? We will maintain same direction, but now we will look at the object from top. And again, rules will be same. That means we have to search for parallel faces and inclined faces. Means parallel to horizontal plane, inclined to horizontal plane. Because when you will look from top, plane of projection below the object will be horizontal plane. So let us see how many faces are there which are parallel to horizontal plane. So when I will maintain this direction and when I will look from top, I will see face D, face C, face I as and face F also. So these four faces as parallel faces. Apart from these four parallel faces, there are three inclined faces. Face B, face K, face L. Face K and L and B, these three are inclined to HP, and four faces C, D, F, I are parallel to HP. It means if I have to construct the top view of this object, I need to represent seven faces. D, F, C, I, B, K and L. And we have to start with visible faces first. From visible faces, we have to start with parallel faces first. So you can see how many are visible. D, F, C, I, B means 5 faces are visible. Out of these, 4 are parallel. D, F, C, I. So I have to start with these parallel faces first. So out of these 4 parallel faces, we will pick that face first which is close to VP because we are drawing below reference line, means close to reference line. So let us pick face D. Now for face D, we have to first find its location in the top view. And for that, we have to first find its location in the front view so that we should select the correct projector. So for that, rules are again same. See how many points are there on that face. There are 4 points. So out of these 4 points, pick that point first which is close to VP. So we have 2 points close to VP. Out of these 2, you can pick any one point. Let us pick this point. So now locate this point in the front view to select the correct projector coming from that front view. Now in order to locate this point in the front view, let us move towards front view from that point. Where is front? Front is this side. So from that point, move towards front. So that point is exactly lying behind this point. It means this point is over here. It means we have to select this projector. So we will mark that point on this projector after leaving some gap, let us say gap of 10 millimeters at least. Then from that point, we will sketch this length of 30 millimeters. So from this point, let us draw a line of 30 millimeters. So we have drawn its length. Now we have to draw its width. Why this is width? Because direction is this. So when we look from top, this will be width for us. So width is again 30. So from this point, sketch its width of 30 millimeters. We have reached to this point, then sketch its length of 30 again. See over here. Then we have reached to this point. Again, sketch its width of 30 millimeters. From this point, sketch its width of 30 millimeters. Now we are done with the first parallel face, that is D. Now let us pick the next parallel face, that is F. So first of all, locate face F with respect to first face drawn by us. So for that, rules are again same. See how many points are there. 1, 2, 3, 4th point is hidden. So let us pick this point and locate it with respect to D. And we know this point of face F, it is just behind this point of face D. And that point is over here. It means from this point I can start the drawing of phase 5. So how much is the width of phase 5? You see the total width is 90 and these two widths are given as 30. So 90 minus 60, it means width of phase F is also 30. So from this point we'll sketch a line of 30 millimeters. Now we have reached to this point. And from this point we have to move towards right to complete this hidden edge. But from top it will be visible because this is just below this edge. So how much is this length now? It is 30. So from this point we will draw 30 millimeter length. Then we will complete the last width of phase 5, this width, by drawing a straight line. Now we are ready with the drawing of phase 5F as well. Now let us start with the drawing of phase C. Let us first pick any one point of phase C and locate it with respect to the previous phase. If I pick this point of phase C, we will find that this point is exactly below this point and that point of phase F is over here. So from this point I can start the drawing of phase C. So how much is this width? 30. So from this point draw a width of 30. Then draw this length of 30. Then after that draw this width of 30. So you can see we are ready with the drawing of phase C as well. Now we will plot the next parallel phase, which is phase I. Rules are again same. Pick any one point of phase I and locate that point with respect to any of these three phases. So if I pick this point of phase I, this is just below this point of phase C and that point is over here. It means from this point I can start the drawing of phase I. So how much is the length of phase I? Total length is 90. 90 minus this length 30 minus this length 30. It means 90 minus 60. This length will be of 30. It means from this point we'll sketch a length of 30 millimeters. We reached up to this point and draw this remaining width of 90. So from this draw width of 90 and connect these 2 points to show the other edge of phase I. Now we are ready with the visible parallel faces. Now we'll start with visible inclined faces. That is only one face, face B. Now when you will look from top at face B, you cannot see this dimension as its width. You will see this base as the width for face B, and that is how much? That is equal to 90. So how we can plot face B? It is very easy. See how many points are there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pick any one point and locate that point with respect to other faces drawn by us. So if I pick this point of face B, it is the point shared by face I also. It means I can start my drawing from this point. So from this point, how much I have to move towards left? The length of face B is 30. So from this point, I will draw a length of 30. And when you will look from top, the width of face B will be this base, not this one. So this base is how much? It is 90. So from this point, sketch a width of 90. Then connect these 2 points to draw this edge of face B. Now we are ready with all the visible faces. Now we have to plot hidden faces. There are two hidden faces, face K and face L. Now over here we have to make one very important observation. When you will look from top, the position of face K and L are different. These are at two different locations. It means when you will see from top, both faces we have to draw. And both the faces are inclined to HP and these are hidden. So let us start with face K. Let us see how we can plot face K. It is very easy. You see, whenever we have to plot any face, we see how many points are there on that face. On face K, 2 points are visible, this point and that point. Pick any one point and locate that point in the top view. So if I pick this point of face K, you can see this point is at 25 mm from backside. So what I will do from the backside, this is backside because observer is this side. From backside I will measure 25 millimeters and I will come somewhere over here. And from that point we will sketch this edge. This edge will be hidden from top. So from that point we will sketch a dash medium line up to complete length. So we are ready with this edge. Now this edge of face K is below this edge. That is already drawn. No need to draw it again. Now we need to draw this hidden edge which is throughout its length, which is not visible. So let us see the position of this edge from behind, because when you look from top, this edge we have to measure from behind. Now let us see how much is this distance. Now you can see total width is 90. 90 minus this 60, 30. Divide by 2. It means this is 15. It means this edge of face K is at 15 mm from behind. So from behind we will measure 15, and from that point we will start the second edge with a dash medium line. So we have shown this edge, hidden edge of face K over here with dash medium line, and this is face K. This edge, this edge, this hidden edge. This is face K. You can see this width of face K is visible. So that is this base. This is not visible. From top, its base will be visible. That is reduced length. That is over here. Now we will plot face L with similar fundamentals. Means from this edge, from front. From front, this edge is at 25. So from front, we have to draw a line, dash medium line at 25. Then this edge will be at 15 from front. So from front, measure 15, and from that point, draw the second edge of face L. So now we are ready with the top view of this object, or we can say we are ready with the projections. Now it's time to place dimensions. So let us place its height dimension first, that is 70. After that we will place its length, that is 90. Then after that we will place its width, that is also 90. Then we will place remaining dimensions. So let us place this 25 mm over here, that is the height of this face E. Then we will plot this dimension of 15 millimeters. Then we will show this height, that is of 30 millimeters. Then we will show the remaining length dimensions, 30, 30 over there. After that we will show the remaining width dimensions, that is 30 over here. So you can see we have placed these dimensions. After that we have to show the dimensions of these hidden lines as well. So we will place these dimensions, that this is 25 mm from behind, this is 25 mm from front, this is 15 mm from behind, and this is 15 mm from front. So I hope the answer of this particular question is clear to you. Thank you.